Good morning and welcome to today's Google Hangout. We are talking about federal agency documents in HeinOnline. Today we're just giving a 15-minute overview about what you can get in HeinOnline. To give you a little bit of an overview, HeinOnline is a database that the Wisconsin State Law Library provides to its users. It gives access to a number of different resources, and it is available on our databases page. Sorry, we're just waiting for that to load. So what is on HeinOnline? You can get a number of different materials off of HeinOnline. Primary law, a lot of secondary sources. You can get to it from our articles and journals page, which is available off of our homepage. And the HeinOnline Law Journal Library has 4 different databases or 4 different collections that talk specifically about agency databases or agency materials. They give access to different opinions, different decisions, publications, annual reports. They provide a lot of different information to you. You can get select agency decisions. While we're loading, I'll just pop over here again. You can get certain federal agency decisions. You won't find every single federal agency represented on this database, but you can get many of them. Historical decisions, some of them are current. We'll talk about a few examples of those in just a moment. You can get to the Code of Federal Regulations in the Federal Register through this database, and these collections are especially nice to get to historical versions of the CFR and the Federal Register. There's also an Attorney General and a Department of Justice publications page. Let's just go to our HeinOnline welcome page here. And we'll go to the list of collections here. So you can see there are a number of different libraries available. We'll go to the catalog search and get to this list of library page, and then we'll just log in. Okay. So when you log in through the Wisconsin State Law Library homepage, you'll see this collection. You'll see a list of all of these different libraries. There is a mega search at the very top. You can search all of these collections, or you can click into an individual one down here. So the Federal Agency Documents, Decisions, and Appeals Library gives you a couple of different options to start off with. And if you browse through there, you'll really get a feel for the types of information you're going to find. So some of the things that you'll see are just these reports, individual reports, standalone publications that are published by specific agencies. We also have decisions collections here. If you're ever wondering how much is contained in HeinOnline, you'll see the date span there that you can use to check in on what you can actually access. When you are using HeinOnline for decision research, let's talk a little bit about that. For decision law, some reasons you might want to look it up. Opinions and orders from various agencies will interpret statutes and regulations. They can clarify the law, they can give additional guidance, and they can also establish precedents. So these are some of the reasons you may want to look these up in HeinOnline or another database. When you are looking up opinions for individual agencies. There are a couple of ways to get in there, and we'll talk about that in just a moment. We'll go over these next databases just a little bit, but we're mainly going to focus on finding decisions and orders for the rest of today's session. The Code of Federal Regulation and the Federal Register, as I said, those are online in this database. You can pop into these collections. If you have a citation, many people who are going into the Code of Federal Regulations or the Federal Register already have a citation. You can enter that into the easy search box, or you can do a search of the entire collection as well. There's a search tab and a Citation Navigator tab that you're going to see at the top of your HeinOnline screen wherever you are in this database. So anytime you want to do a keyword search for any of these databases, you can just pop into that search tab and use the field search over here to the left. Federal Register, the same goes for that. Their default search is for a citation search, but you do have the option to go in and do a keyword search later. I wonder how slow this is right now. I do seem to have some browser lag issues, so I'm not clicking back and forth super quickly, but we'll try and cover as much as we can. So why is HeinOnline to access CFR? The main reason you'd use HeinOnline, of course, it is available online. You could, online for free, that is, but you can use HeinOnline to get access to historical CFR and Federal Register sections. And this is great because otherwise it is often only available on microfiche, and microfiche does not make many people happy. So pop into HeinOnline to access historical, Code of Federal Regulations, and CFR. The other collection that is available on here is the government reports and publication. And if you tuned in at the very beginning, you might have seen that I had shown on the general federal agency collection home. It does list any reports from federal agencies as well as any decision collections from federal agencies. Included in this collection are the top 100 bestsellers from the USGPO. Some of the more popular ones would include the U.S. Budget, Sentencing Commission Guidelines, and the Statistical Abstract of the United States. So all of these are available and searchable in HeinOnline. One great thing about using HeinOnline to access these, of course, you may be aware some of these are available for free online, is that you can search them all at the same time. And you can use some of HeinOnline's advanced search features, which we'll be going over in today's noon session. We'll be talking about advanced search in HeinOnline. All right, so there are some ways, many ways to get to a specific document in HeinOnline. You can browse to the title, you can search by citation, or you can search within a title. So I'll show you just a couple of ways to get to a title in the first place. If we are in our federal agencies list, you'll see that we can sort it by title or by agency here. So if I know the exact title of my collection of the decisions, for example, that I'm looking for, then I can look it up this way. If we look here, you can see that there are a number of different ways that titles are formulated for decision collections. So this here starts with administrative decisions under employer sanctions, etc. Goes up to 2014. If we go to the D section of this list, you'll see that some titles start with a D, decisions and orders. Some titles may start with the name of the agency. So unless you actually know what the title is, you may want to start with this agency sorting option, which lets you go in to the actual agency name and see what's available from that agency. This is another